Hi. Okay, so make a intro video, kind of as like a preface to this little mini movie I'm making. So, yeah, my name's Ian Denning, and this is my college application process. Why am I making this video? Well, to be honest, you see a lot of those videos on YouTube all the time of people, showing videos of their reactions to their acceptances to various colleges, and I thought that was really cool, and I wanted to do that. So a little bit about my story before going into this whole college acceptance process. I'm a non-traditional applicant by every means. I'm currently 23 years old, and after high school, I was not the typical student. I was not focused on being a student. I was more focused on being an athlete, a very mediocre hockey player. So I graduated high school with a 2.9 GPA. I just never really applied myself. So again, everyone's application is different. Everyone's process is different, and I think what made my application unique was the years between high school and my first year of community college, and the gap years I took, and the life experience that brought with me. After high school, I played 2 years of junior ice hockey in Canada and New York City, respectively. That's a whole, if you don't know what junior hockey is, you can definitely look it up. That's a whole story in itself. Then after that, I decided to go to community college for a year. So I felt like I didn't have the statistics or the grades to really get into any four-year university that I wanted to get into. I came back to school with a purpose, and I really learned a lot about myself, and I learned how to learn. And yeah, a little bit more about my application profile, right? Because the more transparency, the better. But I was able to achieve a 4.0 GPA through 32 credits. And then for extracurriculars, during that year, I volunteered at Houston Food Bank bi-weekly, give or take, 3 to 6 hours a month. And I also volunteered at Texas Children's Hospital in the intensive care units, the neonatal units, the hematology and oncology units. That was, again, bi-weekly, 3 to 6 hours a month. I worked part-time as a medical scribe in the emergency department at Houston Methodist Hospital, 20 hours a week, give or take, sometimes 25. So after my freshman year at community college, at Houston Community College, I enlisted in the U.S. Army as a 68 Whiskey combat medic. And so from August to November, I was in basic training amidst a pandemic. And then from November to the beginning of April, I was in AIT for 68 Whiskey to be a combat medic. And then during my time in AIT, that's when I started the application process. And so yeah, that's a little bit about me, a little bit about myself. Yeah, so the schools that I applied to, I was very intentional with the schools I decided on. I researched a lot of different universities, and knowing what I know now, I probably would have applied differently. Yeah, I applied to 9 different schools, and they were University of Wyoming, Texas Christian University, Texas Tech University, Texas A&M University, University of Texas at Austin, University of Washington, the Seattle campus, Hamilton College, Cornell University, and Stanford University. And so this video reaction is just going to be to my 3 reach schools, Hamilton College, Stanford University, and Cornell University. Going into this, I had no expectations whatsoever. So to me, I was just kind of like, the worst they can say is no, whatever, let's just send it. So again, I wasn't expecting anything from these universities. I was really looking realistically, UT Austin, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, TCU, Wyoming, and Washington. With my focus, staying in Texas for the in-state tuition. So anyway, these are my reactions, and another thing, ironically, I did not apply to NYU. I looked into it, and with my situation and what's going on with me, going to school in New York City would be very expensive, and it wouldn't really be, like, logistically, it just wouldn't. It could work, but it would be very difficult for me, and so for that reason,
I'm out.
Specifically, drilling in the Army. I don't know where my unit would be. Would it be outside the city? Would I need a car? Probably. Having a car in Manhattan is freaking impossible. So yeah, it just wouldn't work. But I did live in New York City, and it was awesome, and so I got to represent. Really expensive, but it was awesome nonetheless. It's 12:44 in the morning on May 7th, 2021. So now today I hear from Hamilton and I hear from Stanford, and Hamilton will be at noon today and Stanford will be at 6 p.m. today. 3 hours, 9 hours. Do some productive stuff, I guess. Just shaved. Does that count as being productive and wasting time? 10 minutes closer. It's 12:19. My dad had me help him rake leaves. Let's go see. Oh, there we go. New updates to your application were posted May 7th, 2021. View update. Wow. Unable to inform. I didn't get in.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it say?
The admissions committee has completed the review of all transfer application candidates, and I regret to inform you we were unable to offer you admission to Hamilton College. I know this news must come as a disappointment to you. Let me assure you that our decision reflects the intensity of this year's competition for transfer admissions and not a lack of confidence in your ability to contribute both intellectually and personally to the residential college community. The admissions committee had to make very fine distinctions among the many well-qualified transfer candidates who applied to Hamilton this year. I do appreciate your interest in Hamilton, and I wish you the best of luck in your plans to continue your education. I mean,
well, that's too bad. I thought Hamilton would have been a real good fit.
Whatever. All right. Just got back from running errands. It's 3:19. Waiting to hear from Stanford. Oh, dude, I can't. I'm so unfocused right now. This is the worst 2 hours of my life. So it's 4:45. I'm just gonna go for a run, and I'm gonna run until I get home, and then stretch, and then find out the decision. What time is it? 17:30, 5:30. All right, status update for Stanford. I don't expect any. Whatever happens, happens. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
View update. They said no.
They did?
Yeah. That's all right.
Read me one.
I'm very sorry to let you know that we were unable to offer you admission to Stanford. The decision in no way diminishes your application. Which we know was completed with thoughtfulness and care. We were inspired by the hopes and dreams your application presents. We were humbled by the talent, commitment, and heart you brought with your academics, extracurricular pursuits, work, and family responsibilities. Simply put, we wish we had more space in the transfer class. At every step of our process, from the moment we open an application to its eventual presentation in the admission committee, we bring the highest level of consideration to our decisions. Ultimately, these difficult decisions are made with conviction and clarity, and we do not conduct an appeal process. To learn more, please visit our page of frequently asked questions. Thank you for applying to Stanford. We enjoyed learning about you, and we know you will thrive wherever your education takes you. Dude, my heart's fucking pounding right now. This is for Cornell. Pa! I got into Cornell! I got into Cornell! Dear Ian, congratulations. The Admissions Selection Committee in the College of Arts and Sciences approved your application for admission to Cornell University for fall 2020. Email, and it was like Cornell University was like, I saw the email. Cornell was like, when do we have an update on your status application? And I was like, wow, how? What? Who would have thought, dude? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I wanted to end this video by saying this. We all know that the college application process is tedious, long, and it requires a lot of patience. This entire 6-month process from December to May has been profound. It's been profound, to say the least. It's caused me to deeply reflect on this journey that started in August of 2019, and it's forced me to thoroughly address my why and my reasons for even attempting this plan in the first place. All in all, I'm just so grateful that I now have the chance to attend a world-class institution. I think you always want to aim high. You should be proactive in trying to achieve something that is beyond even your own belief. That's the reason why I applied to these 3 schools. It's because they're considered some of the best in the world. But that being said, I also want to remind myself, and to anyone else who might be watching this video, that the name on the degree should not and does not matter. What should matter, and what matters to me, is the education and growth that is behind that degree. I personally view education as a system similar to that of a meritocracy. You get out what you have put in. In reality, no one's education is superior to anyone else's. I think the purpose of an education, to me, is that it creates intelligent and well-informed citizens. It's also a chance for the individual to invest in themselves and helps provide a deeper understanding of the world and your place in it. And lastly, in my opinion, again, the hopeful outcome is the realization of your own purpose in life, the path that suits you, and really just your own passionate way of giving back. And again, what a journey it's been, quoting Logic, the incredible true story. But it's only the beginning, and there's more to come.